This is a 10-item quiz for English for specific purposes, or BLEPT. So let's start with question number 1. What distinguishes English for specific purposes from general English? A. Grammar and literature. B. Prepares learners for specific academic or occupational needs. C. Uses everyday casual English. D. Mostly for young learners. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. So ESP is designed for academic or occupational needs. So grammar and literature are more for general English, and use everyday casual English is general. It is not specific. And in letter D, mostly for young learners, ESP is designed for adults or professionals. Question number 2. What is the first step in designing an ESP course? A. Creating a test. B. Choosing random vocabulary. C. Conducting a needs analysis. D. Using a general textbook. Okay, the correct answer is letter C. Needs analysis identifies learners' goals. So, the first step for ESP course is needs analysis. Testing is for assessment. It is not designed. And vocabulary depends on needs, while general textbook is lack specificity, or it's more general. Which of the following is an example of an ESP course? A. Conversational English. B. English for medical professionals. C. Storytelling in English. D. English for children. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. English for medical professional, because this course targets specific terminology and communication practices used in the medical field, and making it a clear example of ESP, or English for specific purposes. The letter A is not the correct answer because conversational English is general and not field specific. And letter C is also not the correct answer because storytelling is creative and not usually field specific. And the last letter, which is not correct, English for children is not job or task specific. Number 4. Which type of English is emphasized in English for academic purposes? A. Business email writing. B. Essay writing, academic reading and research. C. Travel English. D. Telephone conversations. The correct answer is letter B. Essay writing, academic writing, and research. So, EAP, or we could say English for academic purposes, focuses on academic communication skills. So, therefore, it required higher education settings. So, letter A is not the correct answer because business emails are part of English for business purpose. And the letter C, travel English, is part of general or several English. Survival English, rather. And letter D, telephone English, is often in business English. So, it's not for academic purposes. Why is ESP considered learner-centered? Because A. Because the teacher chooses the topic. B. Because it avoids complex materials. C. Because it tailors content to learners' needs. Or D. Because it uses games in class. So the correct answer is letter C. Because it tailors content to learners' needs. Of course, ESP is courses are designed around the learner's goals. So therefore, fields of work or study and real-world language task for that specific English or the specific job. Which of the following is a common method of assessment in ESP? A. Multiple choice grammar quizzes only. B. Role plays based on workplace scenarios. C. Oral storytelling. D. Writing poems. The correct answer is letter B. Role plays based on workplace scenarios because ESP assessments simulate real tasks such as representation, role plays, and writing reports based on actual fields that is needed. The letter A is not correct answer because grammar quizzes are limited and not task-based. And letter C, storytelling may be used in general English, not for ESP. And D, poetry is unrelated to most ESP context because it is more on general. Number 7. What is the teacher's primary role in an ESP class or English for specific purposes class? A. Source of all information. B. Grammar instructor only. C. Facilitator and course designer. D. Translator of all difficult words. The correct answer is letter C. Facilitator and course designer. ESP teachers act as a guide who tailor lessons, materials, and tasks to match learners' specific goals. Letter A is not the correct answer because in ESP, learning is collaborative and needs-based. While letter B is also not the correct answer because grammar is just one part of ESP. And lastly, the last letter, letter D, it is not the correct answer also because translation is not always necessary and not the main role. Number 8. What best describes English for occupational purposes or EOP? A. English used in social media. B. English used in a specific job or profession. C. English for watching movies. D. English for grammar drills. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. English used in a specific job or profession. Because in EOP, it is about helping learners to use English effectively in work environments, like for example, flight attendants, doctors, or hotel staff. So letter A is not the correct answer, obviously because social media language is informal and broad. Letter C is also not the correct answer because movie language is not profession specific. And letter D is also not the correct answer because grammar drills are part of general instruction, not occupation specific. 9. A teacher is preparing materials for English for tourism. Which element is most essential? A. Scientific terms. B. historical fiction. C. Travel, vocabulary, and customer interaction. D. Classical poetry. Okay, the correct answer is letter C. Travel, vocabulary, and customer interaction. Because in English and specific purposes for tourism includes phrases and dialogues used specifically in their environment like hotels, tours, airports, and guest services. Letter A is not the correct answer because scientific terms are irrelevant in tourism. And letter B is also not the correct answer because fiction is not part of the professional training, while the poetry is unrelated to tourism language because it's more on literature. 10. What is the importance of authentic materials in English and specific purposes? A. They are easier to understand. B. They are used to entertain learners. C. They expose learners to real-life language use in the field. D. They are colorful and engaging. Okay, the correct answer is letter C. They expose learners to real-life language use in their field because authentic materials is being used. For example, like reports, manuals, job interviews, which is provide context-specific exposure that prepares them to that prepares the learners to the real tasks. So letter A is not the correct answer because they may not be easy but they are irrelevant. And B, entertainment is not the main goal of ESP, obviously. And last letter, visual appeal may help, but relevance is the key. So it's not about the visual and the entertainment purposes, and we could not say that ESP is easy to understand. Therefore, those choices A, B, and D are not the correct answers.